Hey guys, I want to do a review of the Suzuki GSX-8S. I've had the bike now for 7,703 miles, and it's been 1 year for me owning a bike. As you guys know, I ride daily to work. It's about 30 minutes on the way there, 30 minutes on the way back. I go on the highways and also go up mountains, and I'm on the streets. I deal with Rhode Island traffic, so I ride this thing constantly every single day. In addition, I ride on the weekends. I'm a weekend rider. I go and take it on trips, short trips, long trips, all those kind of things on there. So I give you a good assessment of it about what it is. I'm not a journalist. I'm not getting paid to do this or nothing like that. So I can tell you what's really going on with owning this bike. So this is the Suzuki GSX-8S, the 2024 version. Obviously, as you guys know, there's a 2023, and they just announced the 2026. They're all going to be relatively the same in regards to the performance, electronics, shape, all that kind of good stuff, ergonomics. The only difference is going to be some of the newer ones like the 8T and the ATT. They're a little bit more fancy as far as the way that the paint scheme. They got this whole retro thing to it, but they're all going to be the same as far as the way they look and feel, and the engine size, the foot placement, all that stuff. So this review will cover all that on there. A couple things. First thing, as far as the looks go, we'll start there first. It's a great looking bike. I love the way it looks from head to toe, and get compliments all the time on it. People love this blue paint job. It looks really good, and I'm really happy about the overall looks. And when I say overall looks, I'm also including this exhaust. The way they got this exhaust set up is really nice, that it is so low, tucked to the ground. You can barely see. You guys know about those, the old ones, like they look like a giant mailbox is what they do. They put those motherfuckers on the side. But this one is like nice and tucked in. So if you like a naked bike with the engine exposure, all that kind of stuff, then obviously this is really meets your qualifications. But if you're more like a cruiser or sports type guy, then obviously it's not gonna be what you want. But they do got some options and different color variants. I'll try to see if I can put some inside the picture so you guys can take a look and everything, but they're all out there. As far as the electronics go, this bike has most of the modern features, such as being able to shift up, shift down without using a clutch. That stuff's right there. You can also change the rider modes. You can make it as aggressive throttle response as you want, or as light as you want, which isn't good for most people, but some people are beginner riders and they want to have a smoother ride. So you have those options that you have, including if you want to make sure that the bike doesn't do wheelies, you can also set on that response too. So there's a lot of different electronic features that come with the bike that are nice and modern. I like the screen. I do have a screen protector, so if it looks a little bit odd, that's the reason why. And it's just because I ride in all kind of conditions on there. But the screen looks good. You can see it, no problems, no issues. The one thing is the bike doesn't come with cruise control. I noticed that's a newer feature that some of the bikes are coming with. So if that's important to you, then just realize it does not come with that feature. Speaking of exhaust and engine, we got to talk about the sound of the bike. And I'll turn it on. It's got a cold start. That's the engine. I'll give it a couple revs. All right, we'll turn it off, all right? Couple things about that. One is, like, this is the worst sounding motorcycle I've ever heard. I'm just not impressed with the sound of this bike at all. And that's why I want to really replace the exhaust. It's just the sound. It's one of those things where, you're talking about a parallel twin engine is what you're talking about. And it just, fortunately, between that, the air intake box, the exhaust, is really quiet. I guess they made it for European, so it's not that loud, which some people may look at as a benefit. But let me take out the keys so I can stop that buzzing. You guys got to realize, like, when I'm on a highway and people are not looking for motorcycles. They not really looking. They're not trying to see us at all. They have such a quiet engine. They got their music playing. They got the windows rolled up. They can't hear this bike at all. And there's been so many times when people have gotten in my lane, they went to turn or whatnot, and they didn't see the motorcycle. And I'm trying to honk my horn and let them know. So it's for me personally, it's a safety hazard, and I don't think that's a good thing at all. I think that you need a louder exhaust on your motorcycle so that people can hear you, they know what's going on, and they can be much more aware of your presence. So that's why I'm looking to get the Dalkovich exhaust. I'll show you guys a quick picture of that. There you go. So here's the exhaust I'm going to replace it with. Oh, almost fell down. I'm going to leave that in. There's the exhaust I'm going to replace it with, and it was going to bolt right on is what it's going to do. So you got to go replace the whole thing. But yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. One thing I got to let you guys know about is like modifications, and that is one of the limits of this bike is that it's a newer bike. It's not like your R1s, R6s, all that stuff that's been out for years. So when it comes to modifications, you're going to be limited, and you're going to pay more for it. There are just a lot more options when it comes to some of the other modifications. Everything on the bike is stock except for the tires. Those are the Model 6 tires, and the heated hand grips. Those are modifications. The same thing with the actual license plate, tail fender remover kit that I installed. So that's different also too. Overall, I would say this is a great bike. I'm really happy that I own it, and I've had a real pleasure riding it daily to work and whatnot, and on the weekends. I would say it's a great bike for most people. I would say if you're a type of person you're looking at daily commute, I would recommend buying this bike. It's a great daily rider. It's just pretty comfortable and relaxed. Just keep in mind this is on the high end as far as size engine that you would really use for daily commuting. You can daily commute just fine on 250cc, 500. You can get on the highway with those bikes with no problems. And to be at like 776, that's really the highest, most heaviest bike that I would recommend anybody for daily commuting. It's probably it's got a lot more horsepower than what you need for daily riding. Even if you're talking about the highway, you can still go on the highway pretty fine with a 250cc bike, no problem. When it comes to newer riders, I would say that it's great for them as far as with the different rider modes. And this is something as a bike that you can really grow into. Again, you can make it as less responsive. You can power down the engine, the throttle response, so you can really get into the bike from that standpoint. The people I would say this bike is probably not a good thing for is if you're a smaller person and you're not used to moving around a motorcycle. It is a little bit heavy. Maybe you'd be better off with something that's a little bit lighter, smaller engine bike than you will with this bike. So although there are small people that are really experienced as far as with riding and handling motorcycles, and they'll handle this bike without any problems. I mean, it's not like a big gold wing or something of that sort. I'm 6 feet tall. I weigh 200 pounds. I'm a man, and I can ride this bike without any problems. But if you're like, 5 foot or something like that, and you weigh, 150 pounds, then maybe you want to think twice about if you're looking to start riding this bike. I would say the other person I would probably caution with getting this bike is someone that really likes to mod their bike, just because there's a lot less options when it comes to modding. The exhaust, the tail fender, all the different things on a bike. It just less options than your older, more established bikes that's been around a long time. And also, I would say that they're more expensive. When it comes to the mods that you can get, they're usually about twice as much as they are for other bikes that are more older and more established. I can also think about like the exhaust itself. If you're looking to replace the exhaust, you got to do a full exhaust system, and the cheapest that'll come is like $400, as opposed to some other companies, other motorcycles. You can find slip-on exhaust, and those are really cheap. The slip-on exhaust that just slips on and you can install yourself without any problems. So that's my overall take. I think it's a great bike, and I do recommend it. Thank you guys for listening, and hope you guys have a great day.